by the age of 40. I had no doubt that she'd do it. "I'm detoxing," she explained, rattling the bottle of vitamins under my nose, "because I love myself." "And I said, with my mouth full of sandwich, "love fish fingers." Actually, I agreed with her. Food is about love. To cook for someone is to show them how much you care. My problem was that I'd lost that loving feeling, or, more accurately, that loving someone. "How's the project going?" She sat down and read the document open on my laptop. "Need any help?" Spending all day working might not be everyone's ideal Sunday, but it had provided the perfect distraction from the sadness of today's date, which I wasn't ready to tackle yet. Besides, tomorrow's meeting was unusually important. "I think I'm there," I said proudly, removing the elastic band from my wavy brown hair. I ruffled my fingers through it, wishing for the umpteenth time it was as dark and glossy as hers. "I've got an amazing idea for improving customer loyalty, the 1-2-3 plan. Instead of incentivizing purely new customers, this is about giving existing customers reasons to stay with us for a minimum of 3 years. I've come up with loads of benefits." "Sounds great," Rosie said, stretching her face, a gesture I recognised as stifling a yawn. "It is, honestly," I protested. Even Liam thought it was good. Better than his will be, he reckons. "You've shown Liam?" Her mouth gaped. "Have I taught you nothing about office tactics?" I gave her my "oh ye of little faith" look. Of course I have. I wanted his opinion. My boyfriend of 6 months, Liam, was also my colleague in the marketing department of Solomon Insurance in Nottingham. We shared an office, which had worked out just fine so far. Not only did we manage to indulge in the occasional illicit snog at the far end of the office, but we helped each other out with problems and pooled our best ideas for the good of the company. Admittedly, most of the ideas came from me, but he was good at other things like persuasion and flattery. And if you'd ever tried getting extra printer paper from our office manager, you'd know just how important those skills are. Rosie lowered her head to the table and groaned. "Oh, Verity. Look, I know you want me to fight tooth and nail for this job, but that's just not me," I said with a laugh, laying my hand over hers. A few weeks ago, Solomon's had been bought out by an American company which had sent in a man with a hatchet to trim the fat from our friendly little firm. His name was Rod Newman. He didn't talk, he yelled. He didn't listen, he yelled. And he had the attention span of a goldfish. So far, 3 people from accounts, 5 from sales, and 2 from personnel had been deemed to be fat and had disappeared the very same day. Tomorrow it was marketing's turn to display our leanness. Liam and I had each been asked to present a plan to improve profits, and we'd been warned that ruthless Rod would give one of us the heave-ho based on our performance, and the other would be promoted. I'd questioned Liam about his plan, but he'd scratched his head and said he was still working on it. He always did fly by the seat of his pants. I didn't dare tell Rosie I'd offered to help him pull his pitch together. If I got the job, fine. If he got it, also fine. These days, I just couldn't get worked up about things. Que sera, sera, as Doris Day would say. She lifted her head and gazed at me fiercely. "You are the better candidate, Verity Bloom. Make it happen. Make that job yours." Yeah. She sighed and strode into the living room, and seconds later I heard her boinging about to her celebrity fitness DVD. I cleared away my plate and closed the laptop. It was time for the Bluebell walk with Gabe and Noah. 5 minutes later, I'd twisted my hair into a messy bun, added a smudge of eyeliner to my green eyes, and shoved gifts of a bottle of real ale and a chocolate dinosaur in my bag. I said goodbye to a puffing and sweaty Rosie, and was about to slam the front door when I remembered something I'd almost certainly need. Tissues, I muttered under my breath, as I bent down to rummage through my half of the bathroom cupboard, pushing aside bottles of